Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Gangnam Zombie, another South Korean movie that, I don't know, looks very appealing to me. Takes place in Gangnam style. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing, Joan. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 12, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Starts out in this Gangnam district. I'm not familiar with, I've heard of Gangnam, but not why the district is famous or anything. These guys they're robbing one of those boxes they use at the ports, and there's a cat in it, and I guess it's diseased, and it bites one of the guys and turns him into a zombie. So he starts walking. Eventually he bites a security guard in a mall somewhere, it looks like, and then the zombie plague just starts spreading like crazy, and eventually they lock down the building, but it doesn't help because there's too many zombies already, and this young couple is trapped inside the building. So he's a martial artist, and he's protecting his girlfriend, and it's similar to one of my pitches. I pitched a comic book called Kung Fu Zombies, and I always thought it would be cool to have Kung Fu and zombies. Not like this, but in a similar way, where it was like, people who are the zombies are like shambling around, and guys are just like karate chopping their heads off and stuff. But so it looks kind of cool, although it looks like he fights the same zombies a few times, and so does she. Ji Il Ju and Park Ji Young. It looks fun. It looks very simple. I'm not sure if it ties into like Train to Busan, but it's similar in that the zombies don't seem to be. Maybe this is a standard in South Korean zombie movies, that they're not shambling. They run for short distances, and then they kind of, they're not endlessly running, but they do run a lot of times. They shamble quickly, I'll say. No screenwriter credit on this. It's just the stars, it looks like, and the guys and the producers. Hey, how about throwing the writer and the director a credit? At some point, he sticks his girlfriend in a car and then stands on the car and fights them off. So you're not really getting a sense of what the story is. But one can speculate. I would imagine that the first act is establishing how the virus gets to the shores and why the cat's infected, and maybe it's some chemicals in the, I don't know, they're stealing drugs or something. It's kind of hard to tell what they're stealing. They're very excited about it. And then the cat attacks, spreads the virus, and the first zombie's patient zero. Meanwhile, as he's shambling towards wherever these guys are, you start to establish these characters, why they're here, what they're doing. It's some kind of mall, I guess. It doesn't look like an American mall. It doesn't look like stores. Maybe it's an office building? Might be. The couple seems kind of young, like early 20s, maybe even high school. Not sure why they're there. The security guards are in very specific uniforms. The other people, I don't know, they could kind of be anything. But the virus spreads very quickly, starts infecting people, and they quickly start taking over the building. I assume this guy dies, because I don't see him later in the trailer. But the security guards do seal off the building, but they don't seem to have any weapons to really kill the zombies. And it's unclear if they can be killed. I assume this is an opportunity to make our channel popular. What does that mean? Is it a TV station? Maybe it is. So, these two seem to be the only survivors. So I think the second act probably is them being attacked by the zombies, slowly taking over the apartment building. The third act is him trying to protect her by locking her in the car. And then I don't know. I'd assume they both die if they were trapped. If he's on top of the car and she's trapped inside, like, you know, like I don't know where they go from here unless the cavalry shows up and starts shooting all these guys, or unless he figures out a way to kill them. Possibly they die. I mean, it's possible they do that. I mean, the South Korean zombie movies did end. Train to Busan doesn't have a very happy ending, I'll say. Not everybody dies, but quite a few people. People you expect to live die, certainly. Here, I don't know. It's a nice young couple. It feels a little lighter than Train to Busan and Peninsula. Although it feels like it could be in that same outbreak. This, and there's another South Korean movie. I forget what it's called, but it's a guy trapped in an apartment building. He eventually gets out, but like his whole family's killed because he hears them over the phone, and eventually he escapes with some girl. So this could all be, because the zombies act very similar, this could all be potentially the same zombie outbreak because of the way the zombies act. And it could just be sort of a tongue-in-cheek acknowledgement, like, yeah, these are just other stories that took place during the zombie outbreak in Korea. Could be the implied thing. Although his teeth look different, so I'm not sure if, like, his teeth grew. Maybe it's a different kind of outbreak, and then I don't know what he's doing here. He's spraying them with a fire extinguisher. Does the cold do something to the zombies? I assume they're eating some poor soul, and the cold affects them somehow. I don't know, but I would say it looks okay. Doesn't look great, but it looks okay. It's hard to tell from this trailer, but it has all the elements. I'm rooting for the couple. You'd like to see the nice young couple escape the zombies. He seems like, and it seems a little lighter, like lines like this, "We're screwed." So I think it's going to be a fun ending where they survive, would be my guess. So it's called Gangnam Zombie. Gangnam Zombie. Makeup's not even that heavy. It doesn't even look that gross. So, sure, why not? Who doesn't want to see a South Korean zombie movie? And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. If you can find a more bass take, I say, take it. More videos this week. I am fried. I gotta get going. Joan and I will see you tomorrow.